Warning, please do not take Justin, Chuck, or Chris as a role model. We have put ourselves in situations that have been dangerous to us and the others around us. We aren't putting ourselves in these situations intentionally. It's just what happens out there in the outdoors. Please tell someone where you're going and check the weather every time you go hunting and fishing. Also, before we start, I'd like to say that Ambush Outdoors is a 100% fair chase show. We do not agree with high fence hunting or trawl net fishing. If you want to see that, go watch one of them other cheesy TV shows. You'll see everything real with us. Everything is live action. No reenactments, no fancy editing. We ain't no professionals, guys. Just please bear with us, and let's take a look at this week's catastrophe. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Ambush Outdoors, your host Justin Parton. This past weekend was the opening days of Virginia and North Carolina turkey season. You seen us last week with Youth Day, and that didn't pan out. And well, we didn't do much Saturday other than plant a garden and then put the sneak on some hens. But Sundays in North Carolina, you can bow hunt, and it's bow hunting only. And so we went after the turkeys of North Carolina, and I'd like to thank JB Cali for letting us hunt his place. I was behind the camera on this hunt, and Dad and Chris were shooting the bows. Dad was in the blind set up next to me and Chris, and we had a pretty good setup and pretty good knowledge of where the bird was because JB had hunted there the day before with his buddy, and they had messed up on the bird, and they ended up spooking it. So we set up on this field. It was kind of tall, but not really. We put a little Jake decoy out and a hen decoy, and there's a big green field to our left and a big disced up field that was getting ready to be planted in tobacco to our back. So JB had told us that this bird was going to fly off the roost, go to the garden, strut around the garden for a little bit, and then come right back through to where we were set up at. So we were set up right on the edge of this little road, and when I say right on the edge, I mean we were 2 yards from this little road. Well, as you can see in this next video clip, like every turkey hunter knows, this time of the morning, it's the time of the morning. It's when the whippoorwills are out, it's when the owls start hooting, it's when everything just seems to be falling into place. That the sun just starts coming up, and the birds start chirping, and then all of a sudden you hear old Thunder Chicken. That's right. He's shaking the limbs up there, about knocking you out of your blind and your chair and your blind. And this one just happened to be 75 yards away. I want y'all to check this out. After that hen had gone to the nest, and we're sitting there and just, again, BSing around, talking. We hear the bird gobble, the same one that had flown off the roost that was right beside us. We hear him gobble, and he's getting close. So we decided to call one more time and just let it happen. So I called one more time, sat there, and the key to turkey hunting is patience. A lot of people screw up, including us. We'll hear the bird hang up and we'll just charge them. We'll go after them and then end up busting them. So we just sat there and sat there and sat there. And about an hour after we heard that gobble, I hear some walking in the tall grass beside me. And I'm sitting there and I hear this walking, and then all of a sudden you hear it. The old spitting drum. And he is close. He is real close.
Y'all just get ready, that freaking bird's gonna come back. He's drumming again.
as y'all seeing that footage right there, things didn't go as planned. It was a textbook turkey hunt. He came in, he was strutting right beside us. That bird was actually strutting at 3 yards away from us. You could hear his drum, I mean, clear as day. It was right beside us. And that bird came out. It looks farther in the footage, but he's actually only 15 yards when the first arrow was slung by Chris. And if you look really closely, you can see the arrow go right over the turkey's back. The turkey's head stays the same height, but his body dips down about 6 inches. If he hadn't dipped down, Chris would have put a perfect shot on that bird. Well, it ran out, and then we tell Dad to shoot it. It's about 25 yards right now. Dad puts his 20 pin a little bit high on him. Dead on, but you see the arrow, if you look closely again, you can see the arrow veer left. And that's just because the turkey took a step. Excuse me. He took a step to his right, and that arrow would have been dead on right pretty much the same place where Chris would have hit it if the bird hadn't ducked the arrow. Now, you always hear about deer ducking arrows, but you never hear about turkey ducking arrows. But they are a quick animal. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Ambush Outdoors. I'm Justin Parton. We'll see you next weekend with another turkey hunt.